When Daou stepped onto the Tatler 2025 red carpet, flashes went off, then timelines exploded. Some fans swore they saw a new person. Others said it was just swelling and makeup. Overnight, one pair of eyelids became a national conversation. From Daou's double eyelid talk to Joong's nose job and Win Metawin's quiet tweaks, Thai BL's leading men are changing fast. Is it self-expression, soft power influence, or pressure to fit a pan-Asian beauty mold? Let's start with what Daou actually said, and how a small change became a bigger conversation about beauty and pressure. After photos from the Tatler 2025 event went viral, fans noticed that Daou's eyes looked different. On Reddit, hundreds debated whether he'd had more work done. Some said he looked like someone else. Others pointed to swelling, contour, and bad lighting. By the end of the thread, most agreed on one thing. Daou himself had already said he'd gotten double eyelid surgery and filler, but no new nose job. He's been open in the past about having an earlier nose surgery, after injuring his bridge as a kid, long before his debut, so this time it wasn't a new procedure. He'd been dealing with muscle fatigue and light sensitivity, and the procedure was partly medical and partly cosmetic. Over on X, Twitter, the split was the same. Supportive fans repeated, "He did his eyes, not his nose, not his cheeks. His face is just swollen." Critics said the industry was ruining natural beauty. Some tweets crossed the line completely, saying RIP to his old face. Others pushed back, "He doesn't owe anyone an explanation." Then Daou spoke for himself. At the Tatler red carpet interview, he joked, "When we go to Korea, we get a little fill of happiness too. My eyes look brighter, more awake." He called the trip "making merit," saying he'd even shown a reference photo to a monk and prayed for his under-eye area to look fuller. He laughed about his down perm gone wrong, saying, "Every coin has two sides. Maybe I got the tail this time." And admitted his face was still swollen. Maybe it's still plumping. He finished with the line fans held on to, "When I look in the mirror every day and feel confident, I think that's enough. I'm not trying to show off to anyone. Since we have the choice, we should choose the better one." His official fan club and Thai media framed it as a new level of handsomeness from Korea to Thailand. Hashtags like Tatler Awards and Daou filled with support. "Daou, you look really good. We'll love you no matter what." So yes, Daou got eyelid surgery and filler, done for both health and confidence. But the reaction around it showed something deeper. Even when a star is open about their choices, transparency still gets punished online. For every fan who quoted "my body, my choice," another asked, "Why fix what wasn't broken?" It showed how even honesty about surgery can feel unsafe in a fandom built on perfection. When Joong returned from Korea for Jasper's Take It Off press tour, fans immediately noticed his face looked different. Within hours, Joong's nose job was trending. What started as curiosity quickly split the fandom in two. On Reddit, one post simply titled, "The streets are saying Joong got a nose job," turned into a full-on debate. Some said he'd messed with perfection. Others claimed he now looked more Korean, or that the industry was erasing his uniquely Thai features. But those who'd followed him closely pointed out what he later confirmed himself. It wasn't cosmetic. 2 weeks after the surgery, Joong used his Instagram broadcast channel to speak directly to fans. "Had nose surgery to fix uneven nostrils, mostly because of my crazy allergies. It's only been 14 days, still not fully healed. Doc said it might take weeks or even months to settle. There's nothing foreign in my nose, no cartilage, no implants, just fixing my nasal structure." He admitted he was still stressed, still adjusting, and asked fans to wish him a smooth recovery. The medical term is septoplasty, a procedure for chronic breathing problems. But that didn't stop speculation. On Reddit and X, Twitter, fans who'd had the same surgery backed him up, explaining that swelling can distort the entire face. Others still accused him of hiding a cosmetic rhinoplasty. One top comment summed up the frustration. "It's his body, his choice, but damned if you do, damned if you don't." Over on X, Twitter, some mourned the change. His nose was literally perfect, while others fought back. "Thank you, Joong's nose, for cleansing the fandom from people who only liked him for his looks. Supporters also noted he'd been pushed straight back into schedules when he wasn't even confident yet, calling out GMMTV to respect Joong and give fair treatment. So yes, Joong got surgery, but it was a functional fix, not a reinvention. The reaction around it said more about the audience than about him, how quickly fandom turns concern into control, and how beauty pressure can make even a medical recovery look like vanity. By late 2024, when new press photos of Win Metawin started circulating, fans noticed his face looked noticeably sharper, slimmer jawline, higher cheekbones, and a more defined bridge. The change was enough to spark a full Reddit debate titled, "Did Win have plastic surgery?" Speculation centered on his nose, lips, and jawline, with some users convinced he'd had subtle fillers or fat removal. Others argued it was just time, toning, and better contouring, pointing out that Win was 25, had dropped his together-era baby fat, and was in his gym phase. Unlike Daou or Joong, Win has never confirmed any cosmetic procedures. The only procedure ever linked to him was LASIK, an eye correction fans celebrated in mid-2022 with affectionate goodbye glasses posts after he appeared at a clinic without his usual frames. But even with nothing confirmed, every new photo was dissected like evidence. And that's what makes Win's case different. It's less about proof and more about perception, how the fandom's eye has become trained to notice even the smallest change. Whether it's a real tweak or just a new angle, people now assume every glow-up must have come from a clinic. By this point, the question isn't who's had work done, it's how natural we've all become at spotting it. In today's industry, that fine-tuning isn't just personal, it's professional. Between Korean partnerships, luxury brand deals, and a global export-ready image, the pressure to look camera-perfect is higher than ever. And Daou, Joong, and Win aren't alone. Fans have had similar debates about actors like Mix, Earth, Pete, JJ, Santa, and Pond. Each new look fueling the same cycle of curiosity, judgment, and eventual normalization. Thailand's beauty ideal keeps evolving. Once it leaned Western, sharp features, lighter skin. Now it's shifting toward Korean symmetry, smaller noses, lifted eyes, glass skin. With Thai actors flying to Seoul for work and clinics marketing BL packages, the lines are blurring fast. As BL goes global, cameras get closer. 4K fan cams, HD shoots, flawless brand campaigns. Looking export-ready isn't vanity anymore, it's part of the job. Across Asia, the pattern repeats. K-pop built fame on precision. China now censors perfection. Thailand sits between, open about enhancement, but still afraid of being found out. And behind it all is quiet fatigue, the mental toll of living under constant visual judgment, where confidence itself has to be performed. Off-Road reminded fans, before judging someone's face, think about the confidence and self-healing behind it. The world is open now, he wrote. Beauty no longer has one standard. And if we can't celebrate difference, at least don't harm with words. It's a reminder that under every change, real or imagined, there's still a person, just trying to feel enough. Because your body, your choice is true. But what if every choice is shaped by market demand? When Daou said, "When I look in the mirror and feel confident, that's enough," it sounded simple. But in an industry built on faces, does confidence still belong to you when it's crowdfunded by comments? If this breakdown gave you something to think about, consider subscribing for more deep dives into how BL and fandom shape the industry. I hope this pause in the chaos makes you think, are these faces evolving or disappearing? Until next time, this is GPkP.